So I don't know if any of you got to see Parker Posey absolutely not backing down on the trans issue, that men who simply dress up as women or go full surgery and take estrogen are not women. They'll never be women. They never were little girls. So they aren't women. They don't have ovaries. Women definitively have ovaries, and one of the most important things is because they have ovaries in the uterus, they menstruate. That's it. And that this is actually why there's a universal prohibition on menstruation. This was a revolt thing that why even in matriarchies, savage and uncultured matriarchies, the women who are menstruating are separated from not just the men, but sometimes separated from the whole community, so as to not bring a bad luck and curses. Why? Because menstruation doesn't make sense, and it's magical to the savage person who doesn't have medical science and advanced medical science and understands like pints of blood and things and what blood serum is made of, because they'll drink blood. All people will drink blood. There's even the blot. There's a type of honey wine, a type of mead, which is blot mead, or something like that, for the blood feast of ancient German culture. All cultures saw blood as somewhat magical. The blood of animals, if drank, or the blood of killed human enemies, would give you power. The blood of menstruation, because of the way taboo works, it is magically cursed. And so that's the way taboos are. They might be good, they might be bad. They simply are what they are, so people stay away from it. This would explain like the Palantir of J.R.R. Tolkien, where the Palantir is not necessarily evil or good. It's just that it can very easily be used for evil. So, something I wanted to get into is there is nothing more bourgeois than trans men, than men pretending to be women. There's nothing more bourgeois. The longer I live, the more I'm starting to really see that this is solidly a middle class, a white Anglosphere middle class thing that is white liberal, and without then the communist goon squad beating people up over the issue, it wouldn't really even be an issue. People would just be like, oh, well, I don't care that Meredith Baxter Burney says that her kid isn't broken. This dude is broken. He's dressed up as a chick and he's insisting people treat him as one. So something that, and that's why it is absolutely this middle class pretense, and it comes from basically people who've been weakened by kind of middle class bourgeois life, and can't really handle anymore the ardor of hard work. And this is what I keep seeing with that kind of thing, is these trans men who obviously resent hard physical labor. And it's easy to get out of hard physical labor when all the white women are saying, well, you're a girl, you can't lift that, you can't do things because you're a girl. I mean, if I was seeing something different, if I was seeing something different in this leftist enclave, I would have a different opinion. But this is something that there's just no way around anymore. That this is obviously, and then I also want to make sure the real, damn it, get in there and stay there. Damn. item, inanimate object, fuck. Uh, yeah, this inanimate object is winning the battle. It's winning the battle. I need to stop even touching this, and I will not have this problem. Okay, so, ass, smoking in the breezeway. It's a fucking dickhead. Always smoking that fucking breezeway. The worst was during summer, that every fucking time you wanted to breathe, this fucking dickhead is smoking his cigarettes in the breezeway or out on the balcony. So it's all this fucking cigarette smoke is going through all the open windows. It's fucking 100 degrees. Anyway, so the thing that really hit me was how that okay, Steven Crowder brought this up because he really had to beat Razor Fist with this one, because Razor Fist wasn't aware that the LGBTQ community is are not crazy people, even though they admit they inordinately suffer from mental illness. And really, like, people who identify as LGBTQ, like, just all the time, and I can't even say how many times, especially the women who will openly admit something that you're like, whoa, that's bonko, and they'll be like, oh, I was traumatized by something, and it's like, no, you are mentally ill. That doesn't happen to other people. What you're describing does not happen in the minds of other people. I know there's some weird idea that you have that life, you got traumatized by the way that somebody did something unbelievably normal and not that traumatizing. Like, and it's just, and really, I really mean this. Like, I'll find out, like, somebody, oh, my parents, blah, blah. And then at some point you'll find out, like, so did your parents, like, beat your ass? And oh, no, not like that. But I mean, and then I'm sitting there just like, motherfucker, what are you made of? Like, you're made of paper, motherfucker. God damn, you're wet paper. Are you serious? Are you seriously telling me you're traumatized by this super normal thing to happen to most children? Oh, your parents disciplined you this way, so they didn't beat your ass. And now you are traumatized by this, and okay, and you really believe nobody should ever be disciplined ever. Okay, got it. I think the idea is you don't like discipline. You don't like self-discipline. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe something's a little wrong up in the brain area. Huh? Maybe something's wrong in your cranium. And I just run into this too many times, over and over again. Oh, I'm this kind of sexuality. What is that on your arm? Oh, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god, bitch, you're a cutter. You're a fucking cutter. You cut yourself. You wrote things on your fucking arm. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, and that was the pain of the trauma and the da-da-da and all this. And I'm like, wait a second. So you're telling me your sibling is bonked out? All of you are smart, but your sibling is bonked out and notoriously bonked out, and you cut yourself a bunch, but you weren't molested. You didn't have your ass beat. You don't really talk like somebody who was like constantly harshed or emotionally abused. Like, you still hang out with your family because you actually get along with them for the most part. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then slowly I've been like, oh, you had to behave. And you didn't like that. You had to behave, and you didn't like that shit. And more, I'm encountering this more and more with people who say they're all, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, actually, this sounds like you were a petulant child who it never quite grew up fully in some very critical way. And yeah, and just yeah, and there's nothing more bourgeois than that. Nothing is more bourgeois than like a Holden Caulfield that that plans to save no children, planning to let he's not the catcher in the rye. He's literally the photographer in the rye, photographing people, the children falling off of a cliff, and probably kind of into it in a really weird way. And it's just one of those things like, man, there's so many people who just need so much fucking help. Just holy shit. All right. Well, Happy New Year. And 22, our day will come. We just have to wait a while. See you next year.